Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Just a couple of hours ago, Blizzard revealed the new Hearthstone Core Set for 2021. The core set will come with the rotation, but all the cards are already available to be seen on Play Hearthstone website. There's a link down below in the description if you want to check them out yourself. And what is Hearthstone Core Set? Hearthstone Core Set is 235 cards that are available for free for every Hearthstone player. So all the cards that are in the core set, you will be able to play with those cards. It replaces basic and classic sets in standard format. Basic and classic will still be available in wild. And the core set is renewed each year. So each year you will lose any cards that leave the core set and you will get replacements of anything that comes into the core set. So you always have access to the latest core set, but you don't get to keep the old core set cards. The core set cards can be used in standard and in wild formats, but not in the classic format. Because there are far fewer cards in the core set than there were in basic and the classic, a lot of cards are also leaving. And some of those are good ones. I will make a separate video of that, looking into what are we going to lose. But in this video I'm going to focus on what are we going to get and the most exciting parts of those. The core set includes some brand new cards, and for Demon Hunter the brand new cards are the ones that I'm most excited about. We do get to keep stuff like Battle Fiend, and we're losing stuff like Twin Slice, so there are some meaningful changes there. But the brand new cards. Corvus Bloodthorn, a 2-mana 2/2 legendary charge and lifesteal. After you play a card with Outcast, return this to your hand. So this can do some pretty sweet tricks by healing you and dealing damage, and it will be interesting to see how that plays out. Also, we're losing a lot of charge keywords. Even stuff like Stone Dusk Boar is no longer a charge minion, it's a rush minion, so this one having charge is a pretty significant thing. The other new Demon Hunter cards are also, they're just bonkers. Canak Glavesmith, 3-mana 3/2 demon, Outcast, give your hero +3 attack this turn. That's a pretty powerful minion, 3-mana 3/2 that gives +3 attack, wow. And the Demon Hunter version of King Crush, the Illidari Inquisitor, 8-mana 8/8 demon, rush, after your hero attacks an enemy, this attacks it too. So first you play the Inquisitor, you rush it into a taunt minion, then you hero power, your hero hits face, and the Inquisitor goes face. That seems like a pretty crazy finisher to me. As for Druid, Druid is getting back their most powerful one-drop of all time, the Enchanted Raven. 1-mana 2/2 beast, but is 1-mana 2/2 any more a thing? We already have Blazing Battle Mage, so 1-mana 2/2 might not be as good as my nostalgia would have it, but still sweet to see it coming back. Druid is also getting some buffs for its old cards, like Mark of the Wild, 2-mana, give a minion taunt and +2/+3, and that +2/+3 might actually be meaningful. I'm thinking this is actually a pretty good buff for its mana cost, so that's intriguing. And Scenarios is going down in cost. Scenarios is going to cost only 8 mana. Choose one, give your other minions +2/+2, or summon 2/2/2/3 and Sweet Taunt. Another interesting finisher. Of all the classes, I think Hunter has the most exciting set. We have stuff like Lock and Load coming back, but that doesn't even make it to one of my most exciting cards, because Lock and Load decks used to be meme decks anyway. But we're getting Quick Shot. Deal 3 damage, if your hand is empty, draw a card. We're getting Bear Shark, my favorite card of all time. 3-mana 4/3 beast, can't be targeted by spells or hero powers. Sadly, we are losing Houndmaster, because Bear Shark into Houndmaster was the thing that I really wanted to do always. And now I only have the Bear Shark, but I will make do with that. Also, Dire Frenzy is coming. 4-mana, give a beast +3/+3, shuffle 3 copies into your deck with +3/+3. Whether Dire Frenzy is usable depends on the other cards available at the time, but Dire Frenzy has seen play in some pretty sweet Hunter decks. Mage is also getting some of its most iconic cards back. First of all, the Babbling Book. Battlecry, add a random mage spell to your hand. 1-mana 1/1, great effect, just sweet stuff. And Arcanologist, the strongest 2-drop of all time. 2-mana, Battlecry, draw a secret from your deck. Wow, that's just great. Mage is also getting a new legendary card, Aegwynn the Guardian. 5-mana 5/5 with spell damage +2, and death rattle, the next minion you draw inherits these powers. So you could have spell damage just shuffling through your minions, cycling through, being constantly available, and +2, that's really intriguing. Obviously, most of these kinds of things that seem like, hey, that's infinite value, will prove to be too slow in the end game. But stuff like Babbling Book and Arcanologist, they are never going to be too slow. Paladin is also getting some sweet cards. The strongest secret of all time, Avenge is making a comeback. Secret: when one of your minions dies, give a random friendly minion +3/+2. Avenge used to be so incredibly powerful. Avenge was what made Secret Paladin decks good, and it's coming back, so wow. A Secret Paladin deck, in order to function, it needs some way to cheat out secrets, and it needs some good secrets. That's the good secret. If we get something to pull secrets from the deck, then we're all set. Paladin is also getting Righteous Protector back. 1 mana 1/1 with Taunt and Divine Shield. Just wow. And it's one of the Paladin new cards, Pursuit of Justice, 2 mana, give +1 attack to your Silverhand recruits you summon this game. Paladin is getting a bunch of these Silverhand recruit buffs, so right now Paladin doesn't have a way to summon enough Silverhand recruits to really make them good. But if there's more Silverhand recruit support coming, then the core set will now give a baseline of that, so it looks pretty interesting. As for Priest cards, I also have to be most excited about the new cards. That's kind of set because Priest used to only steal stuff and delay things and blah. But now, Crimson Clergy. 1 mana 1/3. After a friendly character is healed, gain +1 attack. 1 mana 1/3 is already really premium stat line, and that effect is looking really good. I mean, that's a lovely card. And Focused Will, 1 mana, silence a minion and give it +3 health. Silence Priest may be coming back, sort of. I used to build a lot of Silence Priest decks, so I'm excited about that. And also Shadowed Spirit, 3 mana 4/3, Death Rattle, deal 3 damage to enemy hero. A Priest card that deals damage, and that's awesome. And then if you think that you're going to make some copies of that, and you might resurrect that, and suddenly the opponent just might run out of health. Who knows? Against a Priest, anything's possible. The core set Rogue will remain to be all about trickstery. Rogue is actually losing Eviscerate, and that's kind of a big deal, but Rogue is getting to keep a lot of trick cards. They're going to keep Preparation, they're going to keep Shadow Step. Yeah, Shadow Step remains, and so many things can happen with Shadow Step in the game. They're also going to keep Deadly Poison, which is kind of nice, because then you have that baseline weapon buff, so if you have sufficient platforms like Self-Sharpening Sword, then you can make for really, really dangerous weapons. The Shaman set looks pretty interesting. There are some buffed cards in the Shaman set. There's a new 1-drop, the Novice Zapper. 1 mana 3/2 with spell damage +1, Overload 1. 1 mana, spell damage +1, nice stats. What's there not to like? Looks like a really sweet card. I was predicting that Shaman would get some totem synergies, and Shaman is getting some totem synergies in the form of Draenei Totem Cover, and it's a buffed version, 4 mana 4/5, with Battlecry getting +1/+1 for each friendly totem, so looking pretty sweet. I was kind of hoping for Thunderbluff Valiant to really make Totem Shaman sign, but well, this was the other alternative on how you can give Shaman some totem support in the core set. And also, Doomhammer is going to remain, as is Rock by the Weapon, by the way. So you can still equip Doomhammer, hit people in the face with that Wind Fury, do very shamanistic things. Also, there are no evil mechanics in the core set, so I'm pretty excited about Shaman core set. Totems, spell damage, weapons and Wind Fury. I like that. Perhaps the most exciting card for all of the core set is in Warlock. Behold, Lord Jaraxxus. Same hero power as before, 2 mana, make a 6/6 demon. 9 mana, hero card. Gives you 5 armor, Battlecry, equip a 3/8 Blood Fury. Doesn't set your health back to 15, instead gives you armor, doesn't set your health cap. It's looking like a really, really fun hero card. Although there are lots of other things going on with Warlock. Siphon Soul is getting a buff, it's going to cost only 5 mana. Warlock is getting a new card, Ritual of Doom, some support for Zoo. 0 mana, destroy a friendly minion. If you had 5 or more, summon a 5/5 demon, so if you can flood the board, you can make some demons for free. And Warlock is also getting some discard synergies again, but I'm not too excited about that. But yeah, discard things will remain in the core set as well. And Warrior, just, I mean, what is that 1-drop? 1 mana, 2/1 Pirate. Bloodsail Deckhand. Battlecry, the next weapon you play costs 1 less. That is insane. Pirate Warrior coming right up. Pirate Warrior has already seen a bit of resurgence, and that's a good pirate if I ever saw one. Warrior is also going to get to keep a bunch of these iconic control tools. There's like Executors left, Shield Slam is still there, Armorsmith is still there, Brawl is still there, and now that all of these are going to be in the core set, that means that all the players will have them for free. So, control decks on budget, anyone? Control decks for Warrior, control decks for Warlock with Jaraxxus. Yeah, that sort of thing just might happen with the new core set. It's been really hard to build any sort of control decks on a budget, but these tools are really going to support that. I'm excited about that prospect. Finally, the neutral minions. There are some interesting neutral early game minions, like Cogmaster is coming to the core set. The old card that was played in like mech mages and shamans. 1-1/2 has +2 attack while you have a mech. Do we have enough mechs in the format to support this? I don't know about that, but it's still pretty exciting. And talking about that Pirate Warrior or Pirate Rogue or Pirate whatnot, Foxtail Freebooter, new card, 2-mana 2/2 Pirate, Battlecry if you have a weapon equipped, deal 2 damage. And that damage can go face, so pretty sweet. And the reprintest of the reprints of them all, the Nerubian Egg. 2-mana 0/2 Death Rattle, summon a 4/4 Nerubian. Wow, the best egg card of all time, and it's back. Interestingly enough, the core set also gives some support for various combo ideas, like Baron Rivendare is back, your minions trigger their Death Rattles twice, there's a new card, Talon Fordring, 5-mana 3/5, Taunt, Divine Shield, Death Rattle, draw your highest cost minion. That can be useful setting up specific combos, and something that I don't think anyone expected, Gadget and Auctioneer is going to remain in the core set. Whenever you cast a spell, draw a card, so there's also some combo support here. Core set, 235 cards. If many of those cards are playable, you can support a lot of archetypes with that. And finally, the big dragons. We already saw some of the big dragons at BlizzCon, but some of these are new as well, and these 3 are the ones that I'm most excited about. Alexstrasza the Lifebinder. Alexstrasza is going to change. No more that setting someone's health to 15. Instead, Battlecry, choose a character. If it's friendly, restore 8 health. If it's an enemy, deal 8 damage. And character, so this can kill minions. This can deal face damage. This can heal you for 8. I think that's still an extremely versatile dragon. And wow, it looks great to me. And Onyxia received a buff. Onyxia the Broodmother, 9-mana 8/8 dragon, at the end of each turn, fill your board with 1/1 whelps. That has got to be dealt with immediately. Of course, previously if you played Onyxia and you had some ability to buff the board immediately, you could do that when it summoned whelps immediately. Now it summons them at the end of the turn, but because it was always so expensive, that was kind of difficult anyway. So yeah, that's a big one. And of the ones that were revealed at BlizzCon, Isra the Dreamer, Battlecry, add 1 of each dream card to your hand. The dream card Dream is going to be nerfed. It cannot target Isra, it cannot target friendly minions anymore, so you can't bounce Isra around and just keep repeating that. But still, getting each of those dream cards into your hand, that's a huge power spike. So the core set is already giving some pretty sweet tools, also for win conditions for slower decks. So this is going to look great for budget players. Those were the core set cards that I'm most excited about. Of course, core set will launch together with the next expansion, and we don't know what's included in that expansion yet. So it's a little bit too early to start building those decks, but this is looking lit. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.